Hey guys, got here about to start streaming and play the new Castlevania patch and all the Nemesis changes and all that stuff. But one of the things I was testing right before I was starting was the new slowdown that Nemesis has. His Hinder, which is 20% slowdown, used to last 0.2 seconds and now it lasts 2 full seconds, with Liquor Tongue adding 3 seconds on top of that. So it's a huge Hinder. But I tested this a bunch and that is just not at all true. The difference between an injured hit and a actual hindering hit with Liquor Tongue, there's like 0.3 seconds of distance difference. It's so minor that there is zero chance that this is a 20% hinder. So the only possible explanation I can think of is they did extend the duration of the hinder, but they like cut the hinder down to like 5%. So I feel like it's one of those classic behavior buffs where basically it's true, the hinder now, you can see the icon, it lasts much longer, but the hinder probably went from like 20 to 5% or something like that. So I can barely notice a difference, and I'm sure you guys can barely notice it too. Zubat gets to the edge of the shack here like 0.3 seconds quicker. And this is with Liquor Tongue too, which is supposed to make that slowdown last 3 more seconds. So the whole early game slowdown that I was kind of not super a fan of with Nemesis, where his early game was not great because, you have to hit people 3 times to get 3 separate speed boosts. It's just, it's a giant pain, or I guess 2. So it turns out that's really not much different now. They do gain slightly less distance, so it is overall technically a buff, but it's not really a perceptible buff by any means. It's not like you're not going to get suddenly a much better early game now because these first chases are going to take, 20, 30 seconds. They just gain like 0.4 seconds less distance. It's really not that big of a deal. So I didn't see on the patch notes here, but I'm like 99% sure behavior lowered the hinder from like 20 to 5%. So I feel like they should have included that, because buffing the duration and then, quartering the actual hinder itself, it's a little shady to act like it's a huge buff and then actually kind of giga nerf it under that. So it ends up only being a very tiny little buff. So anyway, that's about it for now. I just wanted to give this quick little update on Nemesis. He doesn't really seem to have that much stronger early game other than the quicker tier 2, which is super nice. But that's about it. I'm going to be playing Castlevania and Nemesis probably all day today, starting pretty much now. That's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.